Winter florals are taking a lot of inspiration from the 90s this season. Think teenage angst, a lot of bad romance, kind of harsh edge, a little moody, okay? So not just romantic and dark, but has a little bit of a harshness to it. We're gonna see this print translate into multiple pieces in our closet this season. I wanna start with a really important piece, a shape that I think is gonna stay strong. It's been strong for a couple of seasons now, but we definitely are seeing it in multiple different avenues for fall. The midi skirt, okay? So both midi dresses and midi skirts are gonna be very, very important. Slip dresses and skirts are a subcategory of this trend. I'm obsessed with the Salome. It's kind of a happier piece. I think this would be a great transition from spring into fall, but it has that edge to it, that moody color palette. I love that it's based in red and not just in navy or black. This midi skirt we can put back to a really strong basic that you're gonna see across all categories as well. This kind of second skin turtleneck. It's great for people who live in warmer climates and wanna dress more fall. This is a transparent piece. You can layer it with a bra, you could layer it with a tank top, depending upon how much exposure you want to have, but this will be a great base to replace our like tank top or t-shirt from spring into fall. This turtleneck back to this skirt would be fantastic back to, again, 90s inspiration. Combat boot, another very, very important piece for fall. It's gonna be like your new updated boot, but we could also do it with a ladylike emerald green, okay, mixing our colors, crocodile, Jimmy Choo. Crocodile is going to be an important texture going forward into fall, and so we're going to see a lot of crocodile mixed in all of our accessories. A lighter weight and a little bit darker asymmetrical midi by Fuzi is another way that we can do this. When you're layering your midi skirts, you can do it multiple different ways. I feel like if you're starting out with this shape in your closet for the first time this season, it's important that you keep the top a little bit more subtle. So I like it back to the turtleneck that I'm wearing because it's not adding any volume, it's showing off my waist. It's really, really easy for you to add in without being overwhelmed. If you're not just introducing this for the first time, it's a wonderful opportunity for you to layer with your novelty t-shirts that maybe you've collected over the past couple of years. So this piece would be fantastic back to a black leather jacket you might already have in your closet, maybe a plaid blazer I'm about to show you. You could do this back to combat boots, but if that's a little bit too edgy for you, you could always do it back to your over the knee boot or your classic croc point toe pump from Jimmy Choo that I showed you. So this is a really important shape for you, and if you want to kill two birds with one stone, you could always add the winter floral skirt, and then you've got both pieces ready to go. Another piece that I really thought did it well, the winter floral, was this Nicholas dress. Again, I like that it's a darker maroon and not a navy or black base. I love that it does the midi length, but in a different way. It's a little more bodycon than the two pieces that I just showed you. It's also something that could be a cocktail dress or a day dress, depending upon how you layer. So this could be really simple, layered with a denim jacket or again a bomber jacket. But if you'd like to make this more current for this particular season, layering it with tweed, which is another very important texture and pattern for the fall this season, would be a wonderful way to update. Blazers are gonna overtake the runways or overtake the season. So if you don't have a really fitted or a transitional blazer that you love, you should invest in one. I think it's important when you're investing in something like this to think about the colorways that you're choosing. So I love that this is based in navy, but has some burgundy in it. And this floral that I'm choosing is based in burgundy, but it has some navy in it. So there's different ways for you to be able to make these two completely contrasting prints work together, okay? Think about that when you're adding your palettes together for fall this season. This is a really great update for you. I also like, just in case you don't like it to be your florals to be too dark, say you prefer yourself in brighter colors, you live in a warmer climate and want to have more color in your wardrobe, this Mary Catranzu longer scuba dress would be a wonderful fall addition for you. This would go wonderful back to, again, a bomber jacket and a combat boots, but we could also do this back to a cocktail with the croc pumps. Really, really easy. But even though this is not based in a darker print, okay, darker basic, a traditional winter floral, it has some really deep undertones of shadowing in it, which creates that moody vibe, and it's quite harsh, like it's crisp. All of the different textures are really contrasting together, and there's some really crisp elements to the floral, so it gives it that edge, a little bit of sharpness. So it doesn't have to be so classic, our winter florals, just as long as you get that feeling that it emotes a little bit more mood, okay? If you want to be really clean and simple and have a classic piece that you add into your closet that will come back and forth every single season, regardless of the shapes that are current for the trend, getting a little button down like this Alice and Olivia has every color palette in it. It kind of fits that mood, but it's a little bit more happy. So it's kind of something that you can bring in and out every single fall and have it be your winter floral. I love this base too. Back to a simple little slip skirt, or if you wanted to, patent is going to be an important texture for the season. We could do it back to a cute little white tweed with black patent details Veronica beard skirt. This gives you that like Chanel vibe, so this could be pulled in and out every season. It even would go with my turtleneck for another look, which would be great. But this would be fantastic back to the combat boot or back to the pump. And then another shape that's going to kind of reemerge this season is going to be the wide leg jean. So this would be a very classic, meet your girlfriends out to go shopping, maybe you're even traveling in this kind of look, okay? When we're doing something this simple, like a denim with a fun print, that's when we could start having a little more play without feeling so overwhelmed. And this Dolce & Gabbana white Devotion brand handbag is absolutely fantastic. It also adds an element of opulence. It gives it a little bit more detail, so it kind of gives that fall vibe, but because it's white, we'll be able to bring it into spring season and kind of have fun with it that way. This also gives us the heart trend that's going to be very important, so we're going to see a lot of literally big hearts, big heart necklaces, earrings, and embellishment on our clothes, so that's going to kind of tack that trend as well. And then not to forget that winter florals, we'll leave that on the ground. Winter florals are lovely for our evening wear as well. This Oscar brocade with a little bit of velvet detail winter floral is an amazing cocktail dress that you'd be able to wear to any black tie events you've got going on this season. It's going to be a wonderful trend to emulate for this coming season because I think it will translate well for seasons to come. So if you want to invest in something, or if you have some special occasions like a wedding or a wonderful gala coming up that you wanted to reinvest in, this would be a great piece, or this trend would be a wonderful piece to explore. We could do lots of long sleeves, lots of transparency. It's going to be kind of a fun piece to do. This also would be a lovely dress if you ever wanted to go someplace cold weather, to layer with a leather jacket or do it over the knee boots. We could always transition this out of cocktail. So have fun with this trend. Think about mixing it with other textures, and know that this is only one piece of the puzzle. So think about color palettes so that when you're adding other trends, you don't have any problem mixing and matching.